YouTube? It's me, it's your favourite Steve. Just walking back from the gym. I'm meant to be running back from the gym. I've been to the gym 3 times this week. I'm meant to be running back, but I haven't got around to doing that yet. I'm gonna have to work out when to do my runs on another day. When to do my runs on another day, because there's no way I'm gonna get them done on the day I get to the gym. I don't know. It's Friday. I've got to go to some school. I've got meetings at the school today about him moving on into his new year. He's got like a graduation thing, and then we've got meetings about him moving into his new year. They think he's going to be staying around the reception classes because he's going to be like doing half and half in a different school, a special needs school. I had a weird one last night. Also, I want to. There's been this thing that's why I couldn't stop. There's been this thing about people giving me shit because I don't take people's advice. My mates call me the Island. I've got a couple of mates, Pete and Mark, who call me the Island because like they've tried to get involved with eBay and stuff, and I'm very I like to do my own thing. I'm not very good with advice, so people call me the Island. So when people give me advice, I'll listen to the advice and I'll be like, yeah, and I'll do it, and then I'll get stubborn and I'll go back on the advice that was given. So Helen, who I've met at Hitchin and Bristol, and give me some advice on a Buzz Lightyear figure that I had the other day. I listed it for $34.99. It was what the trending sold listings were going by, and my figure wasn't in the best condition. It had a few marks on, blah blah. She said to shoot for about 70 quid because it'll go on GSP, but I went for 35. It ended up selling yesterday. Now I had a major issue last night. I asked a few other resellers that I'm in chat groups with about seeing if they had this experience. So what happened was, on my phone you get like 2 alerts. So you get an alert saying you've had an item sold, then you'll get an alert saying the item's been paid for, then you'll get a third alert. I'll get it on mine because I've got notifications on my PayPal to say you've had a PayPal payment. So yesterday I had items sold, then I had the PayPal alert, but it didn't come through as eBay saying it had been paid. And on the eBay listing, it was saying awaiting payment. So I was like, well, that's weird. So I went onto my PayPal, and it was saying that the payment was on hold. So couldn't really get around, couldn't really understand it. So we got into the chat with eBay because you couldn't get in touch with PayPal because I think their offices aren't open until certain times or whatever. So we got in touch with eBay. I was on like a live chat with someone on eBay. And the person was saying, yeah, this is a policy of eBay. It's a well-known policy. I can't remember what they called it now. On hold policy or something like that. And it was something to do with verifying payments and stuff. And I was like, well, I understand that when you've got a new account, but I've sold things yesterday. I don't understand why all of a sudden, like on this one item, I'd have a payment and they went, no, you've got to send the item, and then as soon as you send the item, get back in touch with us and your funds will be released. And I was like, well, that doesn't make sense. And I was just going through the chat for ages, just chatting to this person, sorry, my shoulders are killing, and this person was like just being really dickish, like just saying, no, this is a policy, it's an eBay policy, you need to send the item and then we'll clear the payment. And I was like, nah. So I was like asking a few people, they were like, they've never heard of this before. So I got in touch with. I was in the midst of ringing eBay to see, because sometimes on eBay, I've had things where negative feedback I felt. I haven't had that many negative feedbacks, but say I've had a negative feedback that I feel is unjust or anything like that, or neutral feedback. It's only happened a few times, but if you keep ringing and you speak to a different person, some people have different opinions. So got on the phone with somebody else, But no, I was in the midst of getting on the phone with someone else, and I'm still messaging this guy on my phone. So he's my wife's phone. My arm's killing. Give me a second. Right, sorry about that. I might have to turn it off again. I'm not trying to be thinking, but my arms are actually. I've just finished at the gym. After a week of doing it, it's my first week back. I can't lift my arms past about that bit. So yeah, I was in the midst of trying to speak to somebody else on the phone, and the guy was like, right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to send. He was saying, I'll pass it on to someone else. I'll pass it on to the right department. I'll get back to you within 24 hours or something like that. And then he says, oh, wait a minute, I've just had a look on your accounts and you haven't got any, what's the word he used? He said, like, your account is in good standing order, you haven't got any issues. And I was like, well, no, that's what I've been trying to say to you. And he was like, oh, no, actually, looking further into it, what's happened is PayPal's put your money on hold. And I was like, well, wouldn't that be the first thing that you would have looked at while I'm asking you? Like, wouldn't you have looked into the item that's sold? But why are we having this conversation? You know what I mean? The first thing that I would have done if I was in his situation was I would have looked at the item that was sold and I would have gone, oh no, wait a minute, it's not us that's held the money, it's PayPal. And I was like sending this guy a message and he was like, well, you wouldn't, how's this not the first thing that you've looked at? And then he was just going, well, now you've got to get in touch with PayPal. And PayPal will then get in touch with PayPal. If PayPal don't clear the payment, we'll get in touch with them. Yada yada yada. Thanks for. And then they sent me a thing saying, please rate our customer service. Fucking blah blah. And look, the person didn't even do the basics of his job. You know what I mean? Like, because for me, say it would have been someone who wasn't going to push it. And just would have gone with the first thing that the person on eBay said. Say it was like a new seller, say it was someone who'd only sold like 20 or 30 items. And that person would have gone, oh okay, what I'll do, I'll just send it because that's what the eBay person says. And then my payment would have been cleared. But it wouldn't have been cleared because it was PayPal that were holding the money. So I couldn't get in touch with PayPal until early this morning. Woke up at like 6 this morning. Got in touch with them on a live chat. And they've said, oh, it's something to do with the person that's bought the Buzz Lightyear. Their account's under, the payment looks a bit weird or something. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I went, we'll try and sort it within 24 hours. But I just couldn't believe, like, that this guy, his advice, like, without even looking at it, was for me to send the item out. Like, this is a person that's working for eBay. Like, his advice was me to send it out without payment, and told me that the payment would be then cleared as soon as I'd given proof of positive feedback or confirmation of delivery. And it wasn't that. It was a PayPal thing. It was just shocking. Just couldn't believe it. I've just ranted now for a long time. But I've got it. My arms are absolutely killing. But also eBay, I have had an awful week. I've had an awful week on eBay. Sales have been shite. Last week was a bit shite as well. July is looking really, really rubbish. I've got a £40 return item for some shoes. Another thing, like selling clothing, that I've started to realise, people honestly don't know what size they are. And it annoys the shit out of me. I mean, they genuinely don't know what size they are. I don't know, the shoes were like a size 5 or something. Now they don't fit me. Well, I don't know. That's probably because you're a size 6 more one. You know what I mean? I'm between size 5 and 6. So why would you get a 5? Get a 6. Anyway, so I've got to send. They're coming back to me, so I'm gonna have to refund that. But yeah, it's been a shit show on eBay at the minute. Really bad month, but as I said, July, August, September, I've got to get it into my head. They are going to be my shit period. I've got 6 weeks holidays coming in a week where I ain't going to get nothing done until the evening when the kids have gone to bed. But yeah, that really, really pissed me off last night. It just, because I was fretting, I was like, well, what's wrong with my account? Like, because they were like saying, it could be that someone has put a complaint in about your store, or you've got dissatisfaction from a customer or something like that. So therefore your account has been flagged. They were like saying, the person was saying, oh, it's not us, you know, it's computerised and something's happened with your account, so therefore it's now put it on hold for a bit or something. Like, these are the kind of things he was saying. I was like, oh, what's happened? Let me know. You know what I mean? I hate stuff like that. It's like, let me know. Sorry, it's a bit windy down here, so if you hear, I apologise. But yeah, annoying. But anyway, I'm gonna love and leave you. I think this is going to be a standalone thing, so I've ranted for 5 minutes on this and probably 5 minutes beforehand. There's a guy running towards me. My arm is absolutely killing me. I'm having 2 days off the gym now until Monday. But yeah, I don't know about hauls. It's pretty low on the getting new stock kind of situation at the minute with the lack of sales. It'll pick up. It will pick up. But for now, peace out. Stay safe, stay beautiful. Go on, mate. I'll see you in my next video.